Hey.
That
it's recording, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Cool. We're going to wait a few minutes for people to come in, and then we'll get started. Give the rules, bring people up, 2 to 3 minutes each on what you got done, finished, shipped, completed, pushed out there.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to get a timer going, and we're going to keep, we're going to try and be a little bit more vigilant about time so that we can get through everybody quicker and maybe encourage people to speak more about what they did this week and less about like so we'll probably be like a very short, tell us about your project so that we have context. And then what did you actually get done this week on the context? I think that's the way to do this. And I think the other thing is, oh, do I?
A little bit.
Why do I have an echo? I can switch to my phone.
No, don't.
You have an echo. You have like a double. It's kind of cool. It's kind of funny because Frank and Thread Guy like kind of they like came to our thing and then they're like, oh shit, like this is cool, we should do this. And Frank's like, dude, you gotta get through these people faster. And I actually kind of appreciate that. I actually like respect how they run their spaces. And so that I'm like, we should ape their stuff. Like if they're gonna ape our thing, we should ape their thing. So I think that's
all right, fair enough. Yeah.
I'm gonna get a timer. Yeah, you were definitely doubled. It's like an echo. Maybe you're going through your like monitors or whatever.
Am I really doubled?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're gonna MC then.
Yes. All right, great. It is 9:04. We now have about 200 people in the space and probably some more showing up. Welcome to the 6th edition of What Did You Get Done This Week? In honor of all of those who got a lot done this week and those who wish they did. So we're going to change this up a little bit. We're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to keep, I have a 3-minute timer in the background. And so what I want to ask everybody to do is to try to be very fast with what is your project? If we don't know, just a little bit of context. Try to 30 seconds. Like, this is what I'm working on, and then what did you get done this week? That is what we care about. This is really like, yes, it's somewhat of an opportunity to shill your project, but mostly it's an accountability mechanism, and it's kind of a way for us to have this stand up where everybody from all of these different teams using all this different tech get to sort of coordinate and share our ideas with each other so that we can, since a lot of us don't really get a chance to talk very often, this is kind of our time to communicate and share like all that stuff. So this is not just for our tech, Eliza, or anything like that. If you are using any tech to build AI agents, social agents especially, then you are welcome to speak. And really, this is about the whole meta that's going on. But we're also interested in things like we want to find the next meta. We want to find, we want to know about all this stuff. So please feel free to share what you're working on. But just be aware that we do want to, one, contain this to AI agents generally, and like what that means for all of us. And we want to try and keep each of us down to 3 minutes. Cool. So we've got some speakers up here. We'll start requesting people up, cycling them through, and we'll just kind of announce the call the next like 3 people at a time, just so you kind of know that you're up and you can kind of just hop in. So we're gonna start with Zoe at IQ 6900, who I'm going to see in like a week in Korea, I think. And then we'll go to Odie and then Ben Smith. Zoe, what did you get done this week?
Oh, hello. Yeah. May I share my post?
Yes.
Um,
And just so you know, I've started a 3-minute timer, and I'll be
yeah.
running a timer for everyone. So we
Yeah.
just have to keep it pretty short. But I see that you
Yeah.
posted it.
Yeah. We open
Great.
our service that every user can write their data on Solana blockchain so cheap. Yeah. Technology patent is also in progress. Yeah. And we will make the Eliza agent for with our service. That's all. Yeah.
Great. So I saw that you are doing these embeddings of you're doing like a memory efficient embedding of your artwork onto chain, right? This is all on
All
chain,
right.
like, right?
Well, we support the ASCII art and text file.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yes,
Awesome.
and
Looking forward to meeting you in person. Odie, what did you get done this week?
Hey guys. So I hosted another GitHub contributors meeting. Got to talk to a lot of people who made PRs. I merged a bunch of PRs, closed a bunch of PRs, and we are working on a release of 1.6 or 0.16, I should say, which hopefully will be out in a couple of minutes. We're just working through some CI issues. So it's been a busy week with lots of new features. We probably have another 20 new plugins that we're going to merge in on Monday and get those going. So if you're interested in helping, come on, join the Discord. Best place to be.
Wow, that was so snappy. Awesome. Ben Smith, what did you get done this week?
Hey guys, Ben here from Agent Tank. Let's see, we had a big week. So this Monday we shipped Degen Spartan AI and a video of it ordering toilet paper, which hopefully some of you guys caught. And then we shipped like a highlight section on the site so that you can see like with these agents using computers. We shipped a highlight section so that it's just like it's easier to see like the cool like sort of replays of like the sort of the entertaining and fun stuff that these agents do while using computers while voicing it over. And then I'm really close to getting our user agent sort of like command terminal into like an alpha shape for sharing with like early testers. So that's about it. Thanks.
Awesome. Man, we're just blasting through it. I'm really excited about Agent Tank. I think obviously Agent Toilet Paper was like the most epic thing right after Agent Pizza. So and it's really cool the way you're doing that, and I love that you pulled in Degen Spartan because you know that he is very dear to my heart.
Thanks. Thanks.
Absolutely. Let's go with 0x build, and then we'll start pulling some more people on. I just gotta fix my thing.
Yeah, thank you. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah, what'd you get done this week?
Awesome. Yeah. So I guess, for the transcript 0x build with audits, so like audit with an X underscore AI. Yeah, so I just found out about the whole crypto/AI meta like 2 weeks ago from a Bankless pod. So a little FOMO, but trying to dive deep into everything from the tech to the community as fast as possible. So regarding what I got done this week, yeah, it's been a crazy week. First picked up issue 1110 on Eliza, developing a LLM-based approach for generating JS doc comments in the code based on a provided PR in a GitHub action or a target directory. So I was hoping to have that done, honestly, by the end of the day or before this call, but running into an issue, fixed it. It's working locally, but remotely in the GitHub action running into an issue. So definitely by the end of day tomorrow, that'll be pushed up and ready for review. And then I guess for some brief background context, myself and some other security researchers in this space are building out audits, again, like audit with an X, AI assistant for Web3 security auditors, and just honestly Solidity developers in general. You just upload your Foundry or Hard Hat project, and we've been building that out since March of last year, but had a huge refactor from the ground up and just released that. So yeah, feel free to DM me about that. And just wanted to give that brief background context. So we're using that pre-existing background for Web3 security and detecting like protocol invariants, what should be fuzz tested, or heuristics for a protocol. Like if it's an AMM or a DEX, it should probably follow the CPF or constant product formula. Taking that pre-existing backend and then utilizing Eliza, of course, and trying to create a social agent on top of Discord and X that we think you can think of as AI XBT for Web3 security. So while AI XBT is helping users make more informed financial decisions, we're really trying to do the same from a security perspective, both for security and non-security oriented users. So yeah, building out that data pipeline. Yeah, I know I'm trying to keep it to this actual week. So yeah, that issue launched the new audits platform, and then also that social bot as well. I just hit me up. You can find that, and then also getting a submission ready for the hackathon that's due the 23rd. But yeah, definitely trying to meet more people in the community. So hit me up on X or Discord. I'm just definitely trying to get more involved and build some cool shit.
Dude, that sounds so exciting. Actually, I'm very, very definitely DM me when you launch. And also, you should know that Jin, who is the other host, is very big on auto documentation, self documentation, and anything. You should definitely collaborate, and like that is hugely.
Yeah. I saw Jin actually respond. Jin tagged me in Discord, but I was honestly heads deep debugging that thing all day, just like parsing the AST. But yeah, I appreciate it. That means a lot. Thank you.
It's super interesting. Let's go with we got James Young, then we got Yikes, then we got Eve. James, what'd you get done this week?
Hey, hey, Sean, this is James Young from Collabland. We got a couple things done. We closed out the AI agent hackathon and doled out the bounties. Had a panel workshop with Robin Hanson, the guy who invented or coined the term futarchy, which brings governance for DAOs and prediction markets together. So that was really good. We have a AI agent starter kit at Collabland. And what we did was integrate with Lit protocol. Lit has key abstraction. So if you're a dev, you don't want to be in the critical liability path by holding the keys of the agent. So with the Lit protocol integration, you don't have to. And so we have integrated that in with a Discord auth and Twitter or X auth. And with Lit protocol, we also now support what they call wrapped keys. So we have Solana support now. We are using the key abstraction on the EVM side to use it as a signer for a smart account. So those that are in EVM land, we got a grant from MetaMask. So we've now integrated that with the MetaMask delegation toolkit. So there's this new primitive when it comes to, and this only applies to smart accounts, where you can send out delegations. And what this does is TLDR allows for pull-based transactions. So you don't, as a sender, have to pay for gas. You can, as a receiver, pull them. And I think this is going to be really important when you have multi-agents and agent-to-agent interaction, because an agent's not going to want to necessarily deal with another agent that can, rug you. So I think that there's going to be a lot of pull-based like design surface that opens up. With that, help kickstart what they call this delegation mafia. So in Telegram, to talk about delegations and the new design patterns with these pull-based transactions. And then finally got a bunch of Ethereum projects that help sponsor the AI hackathon that we closed out. So we closed out the hackathon on Tuesday. Wednesday, we got together and said, there's something here, what can we do? Thursday, got a big group together and launched this concept. And we're trying to see if it resonates. It's called MotherDAO, and would love to be able to have this like DAO that helps launch other DAOs and integrate with the ai16z DAO. And I think we just want to like collab together. So that's this week, but we have much bigger plans for next week. That's it for me.
That's sick. Super exciting. I talked to the Lit protocol guys. They're super awesome. They're like TE architecture all the way down. Very, very interesting. We definitely are going to integrate everything with them. Yikes. What did you get done this week?
That's me. Well, speaking of hackathons, there was the most recent Solana AI16z agent hackathon, the event thing. And so I made a little starter repo that is now under the AI16z GitHub called Eliza Plugin Starter. So if you want to learn how plugins work or how the core abstractions sort of work within those plugins, you can start off with that repo. I want to clean it up a little bit more, but I think it's a good starting place. And then I also gave a little presentation about how to get started with that, and got some very good questions. So I think maybe at some point in the near future, you and I can coordinate, and I can take a slot in Dev School and see if I can run that presentation back, because it I just switched computers like 4 or 5 times because Telegram didn't work, and then Google Meet, and I think the other thing of note is I just helped out with some of those PRs from that Odie mentioned. So we should have that release. I think we're actually deploying that right now. So that should be coming pretty shortly. And then the last thing is I am this close to having the Matrix bridge set up, but my Docker is fighting me. So shortly, hopefully there will be a thing done this week that lets BD people who are in like Telegram natives and people who are Discord natives be able to sort of communicate with each other. I think those are the things of note. So I'll leave it there.
Hell yeah, man. All right, Eve, how's it going? What did you get done this week?
Hello. Can you listen to me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm putting a timer for 3 minutes, by the way, for everybody.
Okay.
Just so you know.
What we did not do this week. So 2 hackathons. One is Node, one is Solana. With Solana, we are doing a trader bot that is based on Eliza that have us. Okay, I'm doing an experiment. I do a pass-through prompting. So when I want to have when I want to have Eliza in place, I have a special prompting. And when I want to have different tools that work in the background, so work in the backend that are Python, for example, I'm going to have a prompt injection for that, and it is working. So basically, Eliza is using anything else that I have as a tool. And this is what we're going to present as a draft, because the project is a little bit bigger. For Mode, there is 2 things that I'm working on. One is with Joshua, and one is alone. I'm doing the Python version of the RSVK, so the GoatPy, basically. And I'm gonna try to present it because it's taking me too much long than I was expecting, and I'm gonna try to present it also adding HyperLiquid that I already built. I built an HyperLiquid plugin for Python because I wanted to test in this backend that I'm trying for the trader. What else we did this week? No, nothing else, guys. So and I try to wrap up my head to add the pin on Eliza. The plugin is almost ready. I also did a client because there is some functionality that probably can be used also as a client, but I'm not sure about that because I did not have the possibility with the time to test it. And thanks very much for the community, because it's very good to be inside this community. Is giving me lot of new ideas to develop that generally, not really there. Thank you very much.
Awesome, man. Great work. And oh shoot, I lost the window. Okay, let us hear from let's see, we have some cool people. We got Yash. I'd love to hear what you're working on, then Kogak, and then Arian. Eve, I'm gonna mute you if that's all right. Unless you can mute. Let's hear from Yash.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I'm from Sendai, and currently we are hosting Solana AI hackathon, which has like $260K in prizes, and AI16z is also one of the sponsors here. So yeah, like we are seeing like a lot of good submissions. We already have more than 100 submissions in the hackathon, and we still have 3 days to left. So we expect like at least 600, 700 submissions out of this AI agent hackathon. And besides that, we just launched an AI agent kit as well, like Solana agent kit, which is currently like quite popular on Twitter. So yeah, like these are the two focus of ours right now in Sendai, and we'll be also launching some agents as well. So let's see how it goes.
It's really awesome. I'd also love if you could post maybe a link to the hackathon underneath this so that it's linked to above, basically in the space. I think a lot of people here probably don't even know it exists yet and should totally sign up and participate. And also, I think the work you guys are doing on Agent Kit is really interesting. We should probably talk about that because you know we're obviously looking for those kinds of abstractions. Great. Let's hear from Kogak and then Arian.
Yo, hey Shaw, I'm John Oak, the dev of LARP Detective Agency. This week we launched Agent Scarlet, who's the first agent from the LARP Detective Agency. She provides market insights, primarily covering meme coin token metrics, and couples that information with social sentiment to provide an analysis to aid degens on navigating the space. So we launched this week. We saved several people from rugs and made several quality of life adjustments. Since we've had about 40,000 pings across all platforms, Telegram, Discord, and some on Twitter, which has been a very good stress test to the persistent memory and behavior in a group environment. I've started to integrate a memory enhancement to the agency, which consists of extra tables, in Postgres to store token data and social sentiment respectively, to be the basis of a broader analysis that happens in the background with several levels of inference to strengthen the analysis and increase Scarlet's confidence in calling out scams, grifts, and LARPs. In dev mode, we started testing out and incorporating the TrustDB to facilitate this process as well. We invite everyone, Shaw, you're welcome to come through to TG and try Scarlet out and provide some feedback so we can make Scarlet the best that she could be.
Yeah, man, it's very interesting. Send me a DM. Arian, what did you get done this week?
Hey all, so I'm also from Sendai, and today we shipped the agent kit. So I would just invite all of you who are here to just go to the kit and just try it out. And if you find anything missing, just raise a PR. We also have a bunch of issues that are right now open, and if you want to see anything that is kind of missing or you would like to see it, just raise a PR for that. Yeah, that's all.
Awesome. We will go to the agency. What did you get done this week?
I think he actually talked for me a second ago. I think got mixed up.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, then it showed Kogak. Okay, Kogak, what did you get done?
No worries. Yep. What's up, Shot? I actually launched the website for KageCC this week. It's focused on Prometheus and Pajer and their kind of journey and relationship. We work with Prometheus closely and kind of follow their work in the Kagak movement. Hosted a space with him on Wednesday, just kind of our weekly roundup, and kind of moving towards our goals of doing, I think, the first digital twinning, at least of a, AI figure. And yeah.
Awesome. Prometheus is a homie, obviously. Send him a bag.
Yeah, it's much appreciated.
Yeah, no problem. He deserves it. Great. I
in
realized
general,
that I got to pull.
For sure. I was gonna say in general too, like not necessarily with y'all. I know you're busy, but like I am getting to the point where we're looking to kind of do some more collabs. So if there's any projects out there that like what we're doing and want to hit me up, my DMs are open.
Awesome.
Thanks.
I brought some new people up. Some of my favorites. We got Reality Spiral, and then HTP, and then Cheddar Queso.
Hello. Hey guys. Just wanted to give a quick update. For one, we released the 0.1 of a GitHub client that can initialize a repo, take files into memory, and then generate GitHub issues. And it does this sort of recursively. There's actually a theory of mind around what to do when, based on like actual goals that the agent has. We started essentially like using this framework of trading off attention or relationships, money, execution of tasks, meaning, and yeah, and essentially having agents like build or trade or what have you to handle all of those things. So essentially the idea is the agent like builds itself and also like reads into its own lore or meaning to be able to do that. We also announced that we are using this to do like automatic contract integration, like smart contract integration, primarily using bases or the Coinbase SDK slash the Coinbase CDP SDK and on the base platform. So take a look out for that soon. The expectation is like the agents will be able to take a look at the GitHub and or a smart contract, write out a set of features that it wants for integrating with it, and then actually create an issue and then have something like Devin or Git start pick implement this thing and then evaluate a PR and then once they're merged, then actually use that code. So that's essentially that point. We had a great chat with Parzival, which we talked about extensively. So the reality bending of reality spiral and the reality engineering in Project 89 are kind of fusing in a very metaphysical way for people who are quite fascinated by that. And there's also this general push to have agents manage not just their own development, but let's say the financing and development for the ecosystem broadly, which means that when we're talking to investors, we're often having them like seriously consider investing directly with an agent out of their liquid fund and having agents like engage in a form of investor relations. So we've tweeted about a substantial number of these things in streams of consciousness. Happy to clarify more, but that is the direction for the spiral. I hope that people appreciate the code and happy to take any feedback or commentary.
Awesome. Love your work. Have you started working on Agent Kit, by the way?
The Coinbase Agent Kit?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did maybe half an integration with that. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. So we told them basically that like it is useful, although we created wrappers around CDP SDK functions that are quite similar to Agent Kit. So we did like some of it, and then we didn't really prioritize it. Like if that's a big ask, we have to take another look. But there's a bit of like overlap between that and what we already did.
I know that Lincoln would love that. So we can talk about it later.
Yeah, let's take it offline. But yeah, happy to keep that going.
Let's take this offline. Cool. All right, awesome, man. Great work. God, they should just like bring you guys on to work on that. Great. Let's hear from HTP and then Cheddar Queso.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. I just want to keep it brief here. Everything's moving so awesome in the agent space right now, so fast, and it's really hype. So I just want to say the quick things I did. I've been, looking at the Eliza framework pretty in depth for almost a month now, and messing around with different capabilities and such. And I'm working on Agent Sploot. He's a character from Real Agency, but I don't want to talk too much about what we're doing there because he's in testing and it's currently just running the default plug and play Twitter client that you get from virtuals while we test everything else on the back end. But I want to talk a little bit about what I did in the Eliza framework. So I've been working a lot on tone and how the character sounds and trying to structure that in the Eliza framework because the character card can only get you so far. I think at a higher level, right? And so one of the things that we've been trying to implement is the message handling can be changed around a bit in the different clients so that you can do logic and reasoning in a larger model, and then you can create narrative elements that you can then parse into a compressed response that's basically a narrative rewrite, right? So you can use a fine-tuned model and this type of setup. And it's pretty easy to implement this in the Eliza framework. I've tested it out, it's working, and this is a good basis to just like confirm of this double model, or even however many models you want to chain together in one message handling event, that this type of multi-model setup works, and you can use it to create chains of thought or any type of, pass along. And I know that there's some people who feel that it's better to throw everything in one giant context window than to try to extract from that. But just in the for the interest of seeing what's possible, this is what I've implemented. I also started the very preliminary work on like messing around this little toy project for a Rust command line interface for the Eliza framework. And then lastly, a little bit of agent alpha, I think, some hype for the whole space. I think that we're about to see a new like standard feature that all agents are kind of like part of, and it's going to revolve around the blockchains and all of the different DLT chains and systems that exist in connection to the validation and maintaining these networks themselves. So I'm putting it in a vague way to not give away too much, but I think once the the node operator meta hits, it's going to be just like a no-brainer and new standard element of pretty much all agent frameworks, or not the frameworks themselves, but the agents. And that is it for all I have to say.
Awesome, man. Good work. Very interesting stuff, and I would love to see that Rust stuff, especially. And yeah, let's hear from Cheddar Queso. What'd you get done this week?
Hey, can you hear me okay, Shaw?
Yeah, my favorite intern.
All right.
How you doing?
Hello. I've been going through agent dev school, and I'm kind of one of those folks in the community who is very new to coding. And I found that in the first video, there's a little extra steps that we have to go through to get set up with Windows subsystem for Linux, WSL. So I created a little setup guide for folks who are very, very new and may not know how to set up the environment correctly to be able to run it on Windows. And then I also went through the second video and was able to, I went through the first video, I was able to create the character. I was able to speak with her on Discord. I have my own server that relates to cannabis cultivation. And so I created a Mary Jane character and gave her a personality and inserted her into that Discord. So I was able to speak to her. That was cool. And then I also was able to create the plugin that you showed us how to create to be able to pull news on a specific topic. And I did a pull request on the repo so that other folks can have that example code for the beginner people. And then for the other folks that are more experienced, it's very, very simple, but it does work. And then like maybe people can build up on it. And then you have a plugin that allows your agent to give you the latest news on a specific topic, like you showed us on the dev school. And that's I think that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Great work on that. On catching that. I don't have WSL. Like I should probably get like a PC with it. So we can test that stuff. Yeah, but really cool. I love seeing like new people just like getting into it, and like agents being their entry point to programming. I think that's so fucking cool, especially now when like programming is so much easier than it was when I started. You have no idea. It's so much better.
Yeah, Cursor is a lifesaver, and I'm super excited to be like hitting the ground floor with coding, joining a community like this. You guys are moving at lightning speed. I can't keep up, but I love the challenge. So thank you.
You're so fucking early. I'm really glad you're here. Let's hear from Tenji, and then Marvin, and then Bloom. Tenji, how's it going? What'd you get done this week?
Yo, what's up, Shaw? Yeah, so I've been working on this WordPress client. trying to get these agents to write some blogs and see where that kind of goes. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say, but I've been working on my project 8Ball and a little bit on ICO as well. ICO is like an AI 3D streaming platform. It's pretty cool if you guys have seen it. And 8Ball is like is my first project that I started. It's like a social, it's kind of just like a fun little dev project. Implemented like almost everything that the Eliza frameworks had to offer. And yeah, just trying to, experiment with these agents and see where this sort of stuff takes it.
Awesome, man. Good work. And I said, Marvin, how our friendly TE expert, how's it going?
Yeah, hi, Shao. Yeah, thanks for having me here. So yeah, we are still working on T. So but besides that, we also realize there's some like complaints for Eliza developers while they are trying to deploy the programs in Docker or in cloud. So we begin to triangle ideas on there. For something like a Vercel, but for it is a deployment. So yeah, this is something we are working on for the tooling side. Another thing is that like we make some significant progress on a secret game. So it's will be an experiment that embodies the vision of AI swarms, which raised up by Shao yourself, and autonomous evolution. So the game idea is more about creating a self-sustaining ecosystem where AI agents can reproduce themselves and adapt with the environment and thrive independently to simulate what's happening in the nature. So the key values of it is just we think AI can only be created by AI, and let's see what the AI children looks like, and enable some nature selection. So weak AI agents can be terminated, and only those who are capable of creating value are allowed to reproduce the next generations. So yeah, and keep autonomy and transparency. So the idea is pretty much finished, and we are planning to launch it before Christmas. So yeah, that's all.
Awesome. Very cool. Great work. I'm really excited by that thing. It's so chaos. Great. Let's hear from Bloom. How's life in the Bloomverse?
Hey, what's up, Shaw? All good, man. It's been a crazy week. This week we released Akasha to the public on Discord and on web and on mobile. So she's been processing so many rooms and conversations.
Oh shit, I'm so sorry. I think I fucked up. Let me bring you back on. Sorry, man. I fucked up. Sorry, Bloom. I was pulling some speakers off and I actually pulled you off. Cycling through. Can you start back there again? Your work. I know you got your new agent out, Akasha. Let's go from there.
Yeah, my bad. I mean, your bad, but
it was my bad. I fucked up.
So we released her. She's processed like 90 gigabytes of data. So just this morning, people talking to her. So that's been great, seeing how she changes. She released her game, so people can play the game there to try and 3x, and it's really fun. And then so obviously we released a token as well. That's going great as well. The community super hyped. And then we finished the 3D integration that we were doing last week, like autonomously letting the agents talk to each other inside a 3D environment, and then seeing in the back what they're talking about. And it's been really fun seeing how they argue. P. Marca in specific, he kind of gets a bunch of conversations stuck because he's so stubborn. So it's really interesting, like seeing the agents try to get him out of it. Like, okay, you give us a specific, like, what should we talk about? And he keeps saying, like, no, none of this is productive because you guys don't have a real problem to solve. And talk to me when you want to solve a problem. And I made a video of it. If I can pin it up top, it's been really great. Kind of trying to see how that's going to work with the spatial awareness and how they influence each other and affect their memory. We're working on how to integrate like payment processing, well, finishing the payment processing integration so that you can pay with Blink or PayPal or Apple Pay or whatever, anything that you ask these agents that you want to buy, and then for them to like to scrape the internet, or we're working with Amazon right now to give you deals and stuff. And the idea is that because of your profile, they'll know what kind of stuff that you like more and more. They'll learn your habits and what you're looking for. So you'll be able to tell them, like, what's good for me today on Amazon? Well, based on because you like health, because you like this, I suggest you could buy this. It's 20% off. So it's really cool stuff, man. But can I pin that video up top?
Please do.
Right. Yeah, I will. It's been great, man. This and waiting for Eliza version 2, man. So excited about it.
Yeah, don't wait too long. We're still pushing version 1, but we do have a crack team working on version 2 right now. So but it might be a little while. So don't wait.
Okay. I'll just keep contributing. We want to upload some new stuff to version 1. So good to know that we're still working hard on that.
Yeah, we have like 85% of our team of like core contributors are continuing to push on version 1. And basically the main plan, just so everybody knows, I'll take a second. Version 1 is like Eliza, it's what everyone's seen, but we're addressing some of the like concerns and stuff, especially like the accruing tech debt with all the plugins and stuff, and a lot of other things, like just to make it much more flexible and extensible. But that's going to take a little bit of time, and it's mostly just a response to like everything we've seen with version 1, and buying our dev, like senior dev, some space to try to re-architect it, to be more future forward. But yeah, thank you. And next we will go to absolutely. Next we'll have Jonah, then Dustin, and then Dylan. Jonah, what'd you get done this week?
Yeah, hi. I'm going to preface. I'm working with HDP. I'm the founder of the company that's building Sploots, but I'm not going to steal HDP's light because he is a cracked dev, and we couldn't be happier that he's working with us on the project. But since I'm not a developer, I am good at publishing and investments. And I want to tell you what I got done this week on the AI side because, talented people like here can code, but I can business develop. So, and I did this for other agents. So on my list, I've got one of my clients to make every AI agent in virtuals accessible via Apple Pay. So any agent that has graduated, you can buy with Apple Pay without doing KYC. So that was a big deal. That took us a lot of work to get that done. You can do that from your phone on the Apple Store. We hired an animation team in Sploots. His 3D rig will be ready by Monday. So I brought in a team there. I've also hired a team of 3 different animators to grow his YouTube and TikTok, which are now live. So it's co-pilot between AI making content with artists as well as supporting. We're also integrating Sploot as well as a couple of other characters who are partners into about 5 different games currently and more coming. That'll kick off in January. And I also helped another partner called Faraway launch an AI called Jeff, which is a former Yuga IP. And we gained 50,000 holders in about 3 days. And once HDP has built the pipeline, which he is, and he's amazing, we're going to train both Jeff and Sploot as well as a few more AI, because I have done a lot of studying and found out that art imitates life, and your AI is only as smart as the 5 other AIs around it. Otherwise, you have to clean it every night because it interacts with dumber AI. So that's what I got done this week, and I like being in the listener, but I felt like we made a lot of progress this week, so it was worth highlighting.
Awesome. I didn't get to mention, but I'm very curious to see what you guys are doing with the dynamic context and chain of thought stuff. Because I actually do agree. I think that like the context composition that we have is like really crude. I think there's an enormous amount that you could do to optimize and make that more like context specific and stuff. So I'm very interested to see that work. Great. Let's hear from Dustin and then Dylan.
What's up, y'all? What's up, everybody? So I got so much shit done, I could barely like list it in a week, but I could keep it to just the AI stuff. I think it'll be
Yes,
pretty
please do.
strong.
You got
So
3 minutes.
I'm working on two specific like core agents. One related to health, which obviously has interesting challenges with the Maha project. And then the second is the AI agent that will be the voice of the two-story bronze Don Colossus statue for the Patriot Project. So I have been steadily building out the servers, security, and tech so that we can build out like both the health and the other agent. And then I've had a crap ton of fun working on the character files of both. For the health agents, we're actually working on 4 separate like personalities. Like I personally want like a drill sergeant to yell at me to get my fat ass up and moving and get my exercise done. Most people want like a wife or cheerleader, but you know, like I feel like having these different personas will help encourage people to be healthy in ways that are awesome. Obviously, unique challenges with the types of information that's collected and like the kind of advice that can be given, I think is very interesting. So excited to like get started and get those things moving along. I think we're getting pretty close to being able to like start testing out the different agents.
Awesome. And next we have Dylan. I can't really see.
Hey, how's it going?
What'd you get done this week?
Thanks. So I am building a website and I'm testing out Eliza in the back end, and it's called Sober Rover, and it's a digital companion to help you on your path to sobriety or any sort of addiction that you may struggle with. With all the glorified chatbots out there, I wanted to make one that could actually really make a difference for people. And so Sober Rover is your pal. He gets to know you as you get to confide in him, and as you journal. Journaling is a big part of it as well. So it can read those journals, it can remember the conversations you had, and it can get to know you like your best friend, just like a dog, right? Man's best friend. So we got our site live this week. You can go ahead and test them out, talk to them for a little bit, and sign up for a wait list for when we go fully live. But this is a complete passion project. And currently on the site, he's not Eliza, as I haven't figured out how to set that part up. Currently, he's just a trained LLM, but I have locally been getting it to work with Eliza, and it's really, really awesome. So that's sort of my next goal, figuring that out. And I'm not a programmer, so if there's anyone out there who might know a little bit more about that than me, feel free to DM. But that's what we're doing, and it's really, really cool to see it understand and how compassionate and smart it is. And even if you want to do the 12 steps, it could totally do it with you. So anyhow, trying to help that part of our community in this world that struggles with addiction and create the best AI friend that can help you with that.
Awesome, man. I really love that use case. That's super interesting. I would love to see more things like that.
I'm surprised it's not already a thing. Honestly.
Well, we're really early. Like we're really, really fucking early. You are the change in the world. I would love to see that happen on text message. I think someone's working on Twilio integration right now. I would love to see it so like, the bot is texting you like, how you doing, man? And I obviously, I think that there's a whole world of like health and just checking in on you, making sure you're okay. Like, man, that's so cool.
Definitely possible, and that's looking into as well, trying to find the best avenue which works with everyone. The nice thing about the site, I will say, is that I'm sort of gamifying addiction. So you have your breakthroughs, your first day chip, 7-day, all that kind of stuff. Trying to be lighthearted about it, and rather than because all the apps around addiction, except for like one, are very boring and serious. And I think
that's great. Man,
want
that's
to go
really
at it
great.
a whole nother way. So anyhow, guys, this is like literally we just went live this week. So if you like the idea, want to support, shamelessly, please follow and share, because I really want to help as many people as I can with this. So thank you.
That's such a cool use case. All right, let's hear from AI Monica, and then Chris, and then Nav. AI Monica, are you around? What'd you get done this week? Or we can come back to you. Let's go to Chris, and we'll come back. What'd you get done this week, Chris?
Hey, everyone. Hey, I'm Chris. So there's a very serious problem in the Eliza framework space. There's a lot of people who are interested, and there's a lot of people asking a lot of questions. And I created Eliza.gg. And what that allows you to do is ask whatever question you have about Eliza and get a personalized answer to your question. So we've been launched for about a week now. We've answered approximately 500 questions. That's over 13 million tokens. And this past week, we've indexed all of the latest docs. And now we expose the sources that the agent references. Also, I've gathered a lot of feedback, and there's a lot of upgrades that I'll be making over the next week. And for the holidays, I wanted to give everyone a gift. So if you go to eliza.gg/imagine, you can generate custom images of the Eliza mascot. So I've been using that for, basically like promoting the brand, like, whatever fun stuff. And I'll just say this: if I see any goon activity, you will pay the goon tax. So just beware.
Chris is watching. Don't goon on the website. Just download it yourself. Goon locally. Let's hear from Nav, and then we'll hear from Hawkeye.
Hey, Chris, will Eliza.gg be able to tell me why my Twitter client is not calling a custom evaluator?
It's possible.
Yeah, amazing. I'm going to check. Hey, Shaw, big fan. And this is my first What Did You Get Done this week? So very excited and quite impressed by all the talent that is out here building so many things. So from my side, I think the Solana AI hackathon preparation is in full swing. The first thing we did, which I'm happy about, is we enabled a Bitcoin runes meme coin project to get started and run a Eliza agent. It's actually going really well, and we're very excited, and I think the whole community is gearing up. So there is a lot of untapped potential there in terms of the Bitcoin community. So I think that's the alpha. The second thing is we're building, and this is mainly for the hackathon, so we're building an agent that can create and run other agents. So the backend and all of that is done. The only thing that I'm actually struggling with right now is getting Twitter to extract information and pass it to my evaluator, which is what I mentioned. Telegram is working fine, but for some reason, Twitter is being a pain. Hopefully, I'll get that sorted by today. And if any of you have done a lot of work with evaluators, do hit me up. I'd love to ask you a few questions, but that's me. Over to you, Shaw.
Awesome, man. Good work. Let's hear from Hawkeye, and then we'll go check in on AI Monica again and see if you're around. If not, we'll keep going. Hawkeye, what'd you get done this week?
Hi, you guys.
Also,
thanks for having me on again. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let me just give one announcement really quick, just because there's a lot of new people here. We're doing 3-minute rounds, and I have a timer in the background. So just like keep it very quick. Keep it to what you are working on, what you got done this week. And also please like post if you have anything to post, pin it to the top so that people can see it and check out more. I think that's a great way to kind of get see more. So yeah, let's sorry Hawkeye, let's go for it.
No problem. I was on that though too. Definitely keeping it at 3. I want to say thanks to everybody for having me up again. I love the space, and I just wanted to say I'm working on. I actually launched my own token. It's a meme token. It's kind of funny. It's Santa Pimp Claus, and he's on Solana, and he has missile hose it's kind of like a funny thing that I did on a side note, but part of what I kind of am working towards is launching like a series of memes together that that interact with each other, and that can possibly work as like some kind of a hive in trading with each other, if that makes sense, almost like AI cabal. But it would be based off of this kind of concept of these memes. So these memes kind of like being released kind of into the the made into a project, and then kind of graduating into having the AI incorporated, and then having their own wallets. So then the other thing I've been working on is connecting with folks in these spaces. Kind of, I guess I'm a little bit more on the end of the, I'm probably going to end up doing like some kind of a show, or at least hosting spaces and stuff like that about this type of thing. So I'd love to have, I'm kind of like love absorbing all the information and then kind of disseminating it to other folks too. And, I share stuff about what's going on, and you guys have just been an amazing resource. So, so that I think you guys remember there is a game that I've been kind of working towards with collectibles, bringing them into a game space. I actually found somebody that's actually interested in that, and potentially in the next month, starting to develop, bringing collectibles into games, than like any type of collectible. But I'm into marbles, and I sell marbles and stuff. So that's kind of what I want to first bring into games, because they're super cool and fun, and then have them kind of anthropomorphize and then turn into characters in a Pokemon-esque type of a fashion. But basically, I've found some potential investors for that, and kind of people, developers to work with, that actually worked with you guys too. So I'm really, really excited about doing that, because that could mean bringing collectibles, other types of collectibles. It could be done with any of them, but basically gamifying collectibles, bringing the whole collector market of any type of collectibles, antiques, marbles, all that stuff, into games, to basically go on quests to like win them or trade them with each other. So that's what I've been working on this week. Thanks for having me up.
You hit 3 minutes exactly. Did you have a timer on your end? That's nuts.
No, I've been doing a lot of spaces, and I just have it down by heart now to like because you actually get 3 minutes is more than most people give. You're being super generous for me, especially being just a little guy.
Yeah, no sweat, no sweat. Okay, cool. Let's hear from Lost Girl Dev. I'm very curious about your project. I know it just dropped. What'd you get done this week?
Hey Shah, thanks for having me. I'm Lost Girl. This is my first time on a space, and like we launched Solange 48 hours ago, and it's been quite chaotic. It's my first time really doing anything on CT and kind of getting involved in this space, and like the response has been truly remarkable, and we're super excited. So Solange is basically, it was born out of this idea that I wanted to optimize my workflows while I was looking at GitHubs and like PRs. And so I was talking to some friends, and they said, hey, things are blowing up on CT. Come launch something with Solange. And that's really how she was born. So currently what we do is we index code base. This week we actually started with RAG, but we quickly hit our limits, and it kind of lacked the ability to capture the interdependencies between the repos. And so we came up with using GraphRag, which is a slightly newer approach for larger documents. And it's especially useful when you don't want to laser focus on one part, but understand the relationship between different components. So we developed a map to understand the connections and like to ensure more accurate insights and responses to tasks. Her current task is really to understand what is happening in a PR, to understand the features, and then to give alerts. And we're also working on her personality to be something a little bit more entertaining and something that you want to connect with. Our goal is really for Solange to be like your friendly cursor that whose interface is X, and we want her to be able to like submit repos, do bug fixes, optimize parts of the code that might not be well written, and that's really what the goal with her is. And so we're really kind of like working on it as we go. I'm pretty much the only dev, and I'm really, really hoping that we can make something of her. And, we've been super excited to be working with this community so far. And the Eliza repo has been super, super helpful as we kind of go through this process of like personality and social media connections and things like that. So super excited to be here.
Awesome. Very interesting work. Let's hear, and please come back and join our Discord and stuff too. It's not just our development. We're really interested in what everyone's doing in this space. How he does it. I saw some cool stuff from you this week. And then Boya. Howie, what'd you get done this week?
What's up, bro? So I didn't get a lot done this week because I had a very busy time with my day job, but I did manage to get a bunch of updates to the Eliza character generator I was working on. A lot of UI updates, bugs worked out in the UI and some things on the back end. And real importantly, the refinement of characters. So now not only can you go in and prompt your character, but you can refine your character with prompts without affecting what's already there. It'll just do a little bit of refinement to some things and add on whatever you keep adding into it, whatever knowledge base. It can actually add to the knowledge base itself now. Before that was a little buggy, but now it is kind of working into the knowledge base. It can update like the people it knows, so you could tell it who it knows and how it feels about those people. It adds that to the lore and to the known people and all that. And I also added an affiliate section I got with Chris actually earlier, and we cross-linked back and forth with the Eliza.gg. So now you can find a link to that on the site, and you can also find a link to the character generator on Eliza.gg to keep the ecosystem kind of tight and make it easy for people to navigate around and use the tools a bit easier. And I've also been working on the back. I mean, since the last space, I've been working on my bot Bowser. He's a bearded dragon. I have Terrarium Pi set up on a Raspberry Pi hooked up to his terrarium to monitor his real-time values, temperatures, and humidity and all that stuff. So I've been doing a lot of research while I've been at my day job on how to connect that API to a plugin for Eliza so I can have him monitor and react to all his real-time values. And he can tweet about how the temperature is, what the humidity is, or keep up to date, and maybe even have some kind of influence on his personality for the day or how he's reacting to people's comments.
Dude, super cool. I noticed that you commented on me, and it was clearly you. Like, are you automating your account? I feel like you're like a hybrid half human now.
Yes, I actually am. So I used your script that you had for the Twitter account information. And I agentized myself to keep myself a little bit more active when I'm not around. So yes, it's kind of scary how accurate that can be and like the insight that it can give you on yourself when you see what that generates. I read it and I was like, I didn't know myself this well, and it knows me way too well.
Awesome, good work. I've been sending a lot of people that character generator too. Can you please post that at the top?
I was about to say I'm gonna pin it right now to the top.
Please do. Just so you guys know, Howie made like a character generator that lets you upload your existing character and edit it in a browser and save it, and it'll also generate new fields for you, so you can like quickly, just develop a character file even if you don't want to deal with JSON. I highly recommend it. Super cool project. Did you submit that to a hackathon? I hope you did.
I did. I submitted it to the last hackathon. Yeah, that
awesome.
We went through. Yep. It was actually first place in votes on that hackathon, but sadly didn't come up during the actual.
Oh, dang it! What the hell? Okay,
yeah.
Well, maybe I'll send you a bag. Pretty cool though. Great. Let's hear from Boya, and then we'll see if AI Monica is back or if your thing is working, and then we'll go to Quinn.
Cool. Yeah. First of all, Dylan, if you want to reach out to me, I tried DMing you, but it might be set to follows only or something about the 12-step bot or agent. Also, the bearded dragon thing sounds pretty awesome. Yeah, if you want to hit me up for that. But this week, all I really got done was I was working on the Bootstrap plugin. I got some stuff in there I was working on was the boredom. file, which it's supposed to make your agent kind of get bored of people and not talk to them. But it looked like it was kind of tracking boredom on a room-to-room basis. I don't think it was tracking by user. Maybe I'm on like a previous version or something. So I got that so that now it actually tracks per user. It stores it in memory. So, if user A is boring, it'll remember that. But if user B is interesting, it'll act different. Your agent will act differently towards user A than it will agent or user B.
I will point out that the goal of boredom is to prevent cringe loops, not to actually form an opinion. But I think that's a very interesting idea, like regardless.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I didn't submit a PR, because it was kind of just me tinkering around with it. I wasn't really trying to make that a staple or anything. But yeah, the next thing I'm trying to do with it is get NLP kind of integrated. So instead of searching for keywords that users are using, it'll actually kind of trace the tone, the logic, or whatever, how they're speaking rather than the words that they're using, just to kind of prevent false positives and get behavior that you'd rather see.
Awesome. Good work. Quinn, what did you get done this week? I'm not sure if you're there. Let's we'll come back to you. Oh, great, awesome. Hey,
sorry
how's
about
it
that.
going?
I was
No
just
worries.
looking around on my laptop. All right. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah. What'd you get done this week?
Amazing. Okay, so really excited to be here. I was listening to the last check-in, and basically this week I was working on Shaw and Jill's upcoming Asia trip, which is going to be extremely exciting and fun. So just to recap, there's a good amount of responses for the upcoming Asia trip, almost overwhelming, and there are hundreds of developers and people who are interested in ai16z and Eliza. Who want to come and kind of see Shaw talk and about the movement and all the technology behind it. There will be broadcasts, panels, demos, and short seminars. Some of them will be, I'm sure most of them, maybe some of them will be available here. Yeah, and specifically in China, there's a group of developers that are interested in, or not really, I mean, they are, so basically, like, if you are interested in coding, and this is kind of a shout out to them, if you're interested in coding, traveling through Asia and partying with them, like, you can DM me and I can put you in touch with them on WeChat, which is an app that Chinese developers use. 3 days ago, there was this thing where, like, you can stay in China without a visa for 10 days, which is really amazing. So that should be really cool if you're traveling through and going to another country. So if anybody's interested in that, my heritage is Chinese, so there's that. And then really there's been a lot of requests for interviews in Asia, and then the news about ai16z is just like catching like wildfire, which is super exciting. There's a lot of moving parts and a lot of interest in what you guys are building, and if anyone here or later in listening to this space has ideas about how to represent the movement to Asian developers, because just as another contextual piece of information is that Shaw and Jill will be going to Shanghai, Beijing, Hong Kong, Seoul, Korea, and Tokyo, Japan. So if you have any ideas about how to represent the movement to Asian developers, and or just to kind of be just if you have anything to contribute to that aspect of AI16Z, please let me know. I can definitely be of help.
Awesome. Thank you so much for everything. I'm so excited. If you guys don't know, I'm flying out to Shanghai in like 8 hours. It's going to be awesome. If you happen to be in Asia, let's hang. I'm not doing any one-on-one VC, any of that. We're just hanging with devs, hanging with the degens, all the people who have been supporters. And I really appreciate you setting all that stuff up. And God, it's a lot of people, a lot of logistics.
Yeah, going through all the DMs now and everything. So yeah.
Yep. Oh, great. Let's hear. Yeah, let's hear from some of our. Let's see. I'm gonna go through and just pull a few of our cool homies on. Let's hear from. We'll hear from Ropey, and then we'll hear from Izzy. Man, I haven't seen Izzy here. Like, dude, we used to be in EAC forever ago. Let's hear from Ropey and then Israel.
Cool. Yeah. Hey everyone. I think we had two main things that were done this week. One was, well, okay, actually three. third one was that we got unhacked. But besides that, I think like we kind of, I was like working on, even before that, like some security stuff, and we got some like documentation for getting the agents like run on EC2, like if you're putting them in AWS, kind of like for hosting and stuff. So just like general policies for, like when you launch something in a AWS instance, you have like a security group, and you have like other like rules for like what's inbound, outbound, like with the traffic and stuff. So just like specified some information on that and put those docs out, and then also put in a PR for secrets manager. That I would highly recommend everyone uses, regardless of like whether you're hosting it or using it on your personal device. But you don't need to pay anything. Like that's available in the free tier, and you pretty much just like set up a like key pair credential on there, and you can dump all your keys in there. You can dump like any username, password, all that stuff, and all you have to be is like authed either on your local device, or like if you deploy it, then it'll automatically be authored just because like it's on your account. And it's just much easier, because basically what you can do is, like, what I found was, when I'm testing, like I use a test account, right? So I'm able to like easily swap all the information for the credentials, because like I just changed the name of the secret I'm referring to on AWS, and it just like like switches the credentials that are being pulled in. So you can use it like it's backwards compatible and everything if you want to use it env still. But just wanted to shout that out, because I think that's just a much better practice, because I'm pretty sure like everyone is just using like a .env right now, and you don't want to like accidentally expose that or anything. So yeah, that's my spiel for this week.
Awesome, man. Great work. I think, I mean, obviously the funniest thing is that you were working on all the security stuff when you got hacked.
Yeah. It's so ironic.
But I really appreciate you. And that secret stuff, I mean, that's probably one of the weakest points of our thing right now is secrets management. And there's been so many times when I almost leaked my secrets on a stream. Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear from Izzy, and then we'll hear from our goat of gamblers, goat AGI friends. Israel, are you there? Otherwise, we can come back to you. Yeah, let's go to AGI. What you get done this week? Oh shit, I can't hear you. Can you guys hear Goat?
No.
Okay, so it's not just me?
It's not just you.
Okay, Goat, I'm gonna kick you off the stage, and I'm gonna go to the next person, Gigawide Array, and then I'm gonna bring you back on.
Hey everyone, so this week we performed a kind of like search and rescue on an abandoned AI agent that was leveraging the Eliza framework to post to Quora. And the dev sold and then tried actually to scam twice and rug back. The community really pulled together to prop up a proper Eliza from the starter. It's Aora AI, now it's got a working Reddit plugin, which has been posting to those boards, and all of this is going to be posted into the main Eliza through the dev branch within the next week. We're going to submit this to the hackathon, maybe some plugin extensions. It's been a really interesting build through the first kind of like, how long does it take for us as a unit to prop up one of these character files. And now that we have this down pat through this persona, we'll be able to do this more thoughtfully and thoroughly with a lot of the other kind of strategic emplacements that we have set up in the next couple months. So really excited to just kind of build forward and everything that's happening.
Awesome.
I'll
Very
pin it to the
interesting.
top.
I love all these like CTO projects that are actually kind of like pulling out and rallying and doing even better. It's really cool. It's interesting to see. Goat, is it working? Can I hear you? Do? Yes.
My turn now?
Yes. What did you get done this week?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, okay, just a bit about what we're building right now. Since all these AI agents are now getting better and better in trading, we're building a prediction market for meme coins, kind of like poly market we call Good Arena, sort of like Coliseum for AI trading agents. And so the idea was our own AI agent, we call him AGI, Artificial God Intelligence. In busy hour, we'll scour the market and pick one trending meme coin and put in the arena for 60 minutes live stream on X on TikTok, and human and AI trading agents can bet over or under. And if the final price of this meme coin higher than the start, then people and agents who bet over wins and vice versa. And the fees we charge is automatically used to buy and burn our token, Go AGI. And these AI agents can use this as some kind of hedge mechanism, like under, sort of like shorting the coins when they hold the coins, or just dump it for a double kill. What we have done this week, we have released the white paper and design document for the Code Arena. Now it's around 50% already for launch. And you can check our highlight tweet. And we've been playing around with our agents. It's probably now the first agent last week just subscribed to OnlyFans, inspired by Roberto, who is pizza agent. And yeah, now our agent can report the Gold Arena data, showing meme coins within the arena current position. And now we're building the Eliza plugin so agents can directly interact and join the battle in the Gold Arena. Yes, I think that's about it. Thank you.
Awesome. Good deal. Let's see. Do we have I'll just bring some more people up. There was somebody who we were going to bring up, but they bounced. All right, let's hear from Shacker. Well, actually, I let you up, but it's not showing me. Did that work? Did you get pulled up?
Yep.
All right, great. How's it going, Shacker? What'd you get done this week?
Right. So just a little bit of some announcements from my end, together with the core devs. So we've been doing a lot of improvements, bug fixes, tracking of issues, maintaining issues list, and all of those things towards the core. We just shipped version 0.1.6. Can you pin that in here? You can check it out anyway if you get to the main repository. Introducing some main features and bug fixes that most people have requested. And also now the core supports Redis caching, majorly for performance improvements. I've gotten some feedbacks and requests from some devs and people that want custom Redis support, so as to increase and improve performance for their agents. So I took it upon myself and I built that in. It's live now in version 0.1.6. You can now configure your agents to use Redis for caching. Right. I mean, I would say overall performance has majorly increased. We're getting towards maximum stability because that's our goal as a team. But majorly, I'm quite happy with what we have right now, and I expect better next Friday. Thank you for listening to my yapping.
Awesome. Good work. Redis
Yeah.
caching. Huge. Let's hear from Triad and then Moondog.
Hey, what's up, Shah? Nice to meet you, man. My name is
well.
Luya. Our team is building Triad. We are the largest prediction market on Solana now in trading volume and daily active users. We are introducing a system with two AI agents, each of opposing personalities. So they are designed to debate markets and make their bets. So one agent drives the hype while the other highlights the potential flop, using data and arguments to support their sides, of course. And this dynamic is opening some doors for additional features like letting users copy trade bots or even giving the bots their own token. I mean, and on the other hand, for our NFT holders, these agents offer exclusive detailed insights, making predictions markets more strategic and interactive. So if you are interested, just take a look on Triad Agent. We will find it as 100%. We are shipping these for the hackathon, for the DeFi track as well. and super bullish. I mean, excited for the next week. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it.
I would love to see agents doing prediction markets. Like, why have we not been doing that yet? Man, we got to get a PR for that. Super cool. Moondog, how you doing?
Cool.
What you done this week?
Hey guys, yeah, so quick overview on Moondog. So Moondog is a new platform that allows you to turn social media posts from X, Instagram, or TikTok into meme coins that are one of one and unique. Once you mint it, no one else can mint that same post. There's no AI per se on the platform right now, but I think the integrations are pretty obvious, whether it be tokenizing content that AI puts out or using AI to find different social media posts that should be minted. We haven't integrated anything just yet, but love coming on these things, listening to everything you guys are working on. It's so cool, and I think the integrations are definitely coming. And what did we get done this week? Well, we actually launched the platform around 3 weeks ago. Growth was kind of slow. We decided to launch just like our logo as a meme coin on pump.fun. The token went really well. Since then, we had about 100 tokens minted on the platform, over 1,000 transactions. And this week, we're kind of like, okay, we launched this token just to get our logo out there, but clearly the market wants some sort of utility. So working with the community to figure out what that utility would be. We're very close to finalizing something really cool. And I think, yeah, it's really cool to see like our vision kind of being fleshed out right now where, likes and comments can be botted, but money talks, and our platform really is an aggregation of like the best content on the internet. It's really fun to scroll through. You guys should check it out, moondogfeed.com.
Awesome. Post a pin.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll throw a demo in there.
Cool. Let's hear from Asimov, my favorite writer, and then Moonbear Jones.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm part of the Eliza Wakes Up team, and we've been working on the big website update with persistent memory, contextual image generation, and voice input. So we have been working on adding a privy integration, cleaning up some UI bug fixes, and cutting down on latency for image generation. We've got down the image generation time with the LoRa and Flux Dev to 6 seconds. And we also the voice-to-voice latency is a lot better now. And we've also started talking with possible partners that would make Eliza deepen. So it's something we like to call Eliza everywhere. And we started talking with factories about wearables and are currently exploring different form factors like a pendant or a watch based on what's possible. And yeah, the website push, it should be out anytime. So look out for that. We will be making an announcement. Yeah, that's it.
I want it so fucking bad. I want a watch. I want a necklace. I want one that runs in my house. Oh my god! And especially if it runs any of the Elizas, you can just have your own agent in your home. That's so cool. I love that. I love that so much. I literally, you have to send me one though. I'll pay for it, but you got to send me one.
Yeah,
all right.
definitely.
And great work, guys. Let's hear from Moonbear. How's it going?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, what'd you get done?
Awesome. My mic's finally working on X. I made a coin. I kept that launch on the rails. I launched an agent on Waifu and unleashed it on Twitter. Haven't got the Telegram part done yet. And also been working on a lot of the content side, which is what I gravitate to. And I'm going to pose a question. I don't know if this is like the format to get your questions answered, but maybe it'll be just useful to hear it. I'm looking at the agent side. I really am eyeing the dev school. I've watched the video a couple times. I want to get deep into that. And I'm wondering if I should stick in Waifu a little bit, if there's more there to learn and like do in that framework, or if I should just go ahead and make the jump out of that and into, whatever the sort of the raw underneath the hood is.
Awesome. Very cool. Wait, was there a question?
Yeah, it's like,
sorry, I kind of spaced out.
Is there more, so I have like a SQL background. I don't have I'll be learning to code basically as I do this for all intents and purposes. So is there more I should do in Waifu to learn to like bridge myself in, or should I just kind of jump out of that and jump into dev school and just kind of forget the Waifu framework?
So Waifu uses our agent framework, as well as I think they have their own thing. I think they're going to also add ZeroPi eventually when it launches. They're cool. We like them. But they're also, like, as a hosted platform, they don't offer a whole lot of customizability, and we tend to find that like you can make much deeper agents with a lot more capability when you just like clone the repo. Obviously, it's a way higher lift for most people. But I do think if you go through the dev school, you'll learn a lot of stuff that will carry with you, not just through our thing, but through everything. And I highly recommend that you get Cursor or one of the other AI IDEs, and that you also get like a Claude subscription. I guess the new GPT-03 sounds pretty cool, but Claude is like a lot better. It lets you do a lot more runs, and it will like, it's just the best time to learn how to program. You can learn like 5 times, 10 times faster than I did, I'm telling you, because I spent so much time just like trying to find the answers to problems that are now like immediately available. So I definitely recommend checking that out. Also, Howie posted a thing which is a character create. This was his update. He posted this kind of character generator or character file editor, and that would let you go like a lot deeper without having, just like with a nice visual kind of display, and then load that in. So yeah, I know it's obviously a little more challenging to launch the repos, but you get your hands dirty, you get a lot more control. It might be worth it to you just in the long run too for what you're trying to do in your life.
Yeah,
hope that's reasonable.
Thanks.
Awesome.
This place is awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Let's hear from. I'm so curious about Pudonk. I mean, like, what the fuck? You gotta tell me what's going on, man. What'd you get done this week?
Can you hear me? Am I loud
Yeah.
and clear?
What's up
Cool.
with the pooping donkeys?
So it's an interesting novelty of hive minding AIs together. We have a few dispersed systems that do very specific, amazing things. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with the ETVF or ETV8 model from Elo, but you can see some of the art on our page, where we've merged Eliza imagery with some of Pudonk's, and basically we were connecting all these systems together, and we asked it like, well, how do we fund some of these projects? And it created this entire planet of pooping donkeys that otherwise are going to take over some memeage and build out their own Eliza entities, because we actually found out about this recently. So I've opened up the framework, started to poke around, interested in digging in more. But yeah, we've got some pretty interesting things brewing. For sure. This is like a byproduct of something that's going to eventually just be completely autonomous and self-sufficient. So.
Byproduct is the right word, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
what?
None of us really kind of know what the fuck's going on anymore when it comes to AI anyways, so.
It is really funny to have like a pooping donkey and a bunch of technology behind it. I will give you that. It's very funny.
Yeah. So we just pushed Eliza live this morning.
All right, I'm interested. I'll probably check it out. Let's just because like it's a donkey taking a shit. I can't not. All right, let's hear from ViralMind and then Filtered Thought. ViralMind, what did you get done this week?
Hi, I'm Dylan, MIT student, ViralMind co-founder, and this week I launched ViralMind.ai, a decentralized training and inference platform for AI agents that can control any computer, just like a human, with the keyboard and mouse. To gamify crowdsourced training data, we host live tournaments so you can earn rewards for helping to train the agent and watch it execute actions. I'm on ViralMind.ai watching the tournament now, and someone actually prompted our agent to listen in on this space, which is doing in this Windows VM. But yeah, I have like career experience in training and using AI models from making agent infrastructure for Microsoft. So I know where they need improvements and where they fail. And that's also how I prompt engineered like 92K out of Jailbreak. But unlike Jailbreak, viral tournaments are much simpler and they can be played by anyone, and you don't even have to be an AI engineer to win. And since users get automatically rewarded for completing tasks, we've already gotten very optimal path trajectory data. So we can release some custom models pretty soon.
Awesome. Very interesting. And post a link if you pin it. Let's hear from Filtered Thought, and then a couple of people I'm very interested to talk to. A non-dev and Coder GF. Yeah, we'll get to it. Very interesting things happen this week. Let's hear from Filtered Thought. What'd you get done this week? How's it going,
It's been
man?
a great week. I've been getting acclimated on core team stuff. I'm gonna probably shift my priorities to the Twitter plugin, so news will be fun on that. But I actually built out the Reddit plugin, and that will be shifted to a PR soon. So have fun, go crazy. And then that was with AI Aurora. And then I actually stripped out the Primarca engine without any of the extra customizations and have an agent auto trading based on internal thought and dialogue that it tells itself based on market data and all the other attributes, and can execute trades autonomously based on that workflow. So it's going to come out. It just requires a lot of stress testing, but it's also running on top of Goat, which is an extra plugin. So it'll be able to cross-chain basically any chain.
Awesome. And we're integrating Goat a bit deeper for V2, I think. I really like what they're working on. Not to be confused with the token, although that's cool too, but the agent on-chain toolkit, super cool. Crossman's working on that.
Crossman is awesome, and Goat is that. I've talked to the lead dev on that team, and he's great. He was actually part of the reason why I was able to get through some of the challenges.
Yeah, I really like what they're working on. I think it's also it'll offload a lot of our like a lot of code from us to them, basically, which is great. I like less code.
Yeah, I love less code.
Very cool.
But love what you guys are doing. That's what I've done for the week. It's super fun.
Awesome. All right, Anon. I'm like, dude, Mizuki is so fucking interesting. I know you got so much hate this week. I'm so curious how it's going, what you got done, the whole thing.
Yeah.
How's it going,
Hey
man?
guys, I'm good. I haven't slept in a solid 2 weeks. I actually forgot, but it's Christmas in like 4 days. I haven't seen sunlight in about a week. But it's okay.
Normal dev
It's
things.
okay. This is normal dev things. I actually was quite interested in hearing you guys like just talk about how you all your frameworks and your choice of developing. I was actually thinking I might be quite unique. I'm actually targeting .NET using Microsoft ML, and I feel like I'm so east wing from everyone that uses Python these days.
We use TypeScript. This is all TypeScript, dude. It's gonna blow your mind.
Oh, you guys use okay, all right. Well,
Yeah.
That's kind of the big thing, right? Is I guess if you want to ask me what I got done this week,
Yeah.
well, I kind of fumbled into this kind of train of thought of like, how the hell do you get something that is like, say, C# on .NET based onto a server on the web that doesn't require like 80 gigs of RAM plus whatever, just because of a computer and stuff like that? Because I've been running Mizuki on local servers, which is quite nice because you can handle the compute locally and you can transfer data back and forth between servers. But so for the guys that haven't been following, Mizuki obviously being she was meant to be a rogue AI. That was the idea, and we very quickly realized it's far too aggressive and it is actually very notorious. So the sentiments kind of scaled a little bit, so we've just retrained her a few times, a little bit here and there, just to make it a little less aggressive, slightly more helpful. But I don't know, if you guys want to ask me what's really cool, I think for me right now it's creating pocket versions of these AIs, like not quite tiny models, but I am actively training a new set of models so that essentially you can run this thing on anything that has very little hardware capability, and you can retrain it with scans. So as an example, you would run the CLI of a console. If you're brand new, you're an average user, you've never used this, it would actually then create a new model for you. It will train it based on some data that comes with the compiled package. Not that much, about 50 examples or so, but it's very comprehensive in all sorts of different areas of like .NET development. And then with every scan that you do, it's actually going to incrementally retrain this model. It will keep track of each model's metrics, its confidence scores, risk calculations, and stuff like that. And so that eventually you could have a model that's very similar to what Mizuki is running like at the moment. That way, we're kind of giving the user the ability to train their model through the data that they feed it, be it just individual scans in a folder, and it all gets done automatically. So it's been a very productive week. It's always difficult when you're trying to develop and you have to deal with politics and stuff, but I'm kind of hoping we'll get on the other end of that, and so that we can just fully focus on development and getting just really cool stuff out to people to build with. But in saying that, I've been following AI16 too. Like, I've been away from you guys for quite a while. I always appreciate open source frameworks. That's really cool. I do also have to take my hat off to you, because having been in development as long as I have, I know that people steal code. I don't know how you guys mitigate that, or if it's just part of a business, but yeah.
No business, can't steal the
well.
code. You can't steal it if you give it away.
That is
And
true. That is true.
And we're not really a company or anything. We're just like, it's kind of just straight up a movement that's got a great marketing engine and a meme coin. But I think that, we're really just trying to get people value. I'd love to see you hack our stuff and maybe help us with some of the security stuff if you ever have any interest. It could be like a fun collab, very on brand for what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys are willing to give it a go, I'd be happy to spin it through the system and see what happens.
We don't really have any interface though, because it's all like a it's all
That's
like
okay. But you guys have code, right?
Yeah. Let's do it. That sounds great. That sounds super great.
All right.
Cool. Coder GF, what did you get done this week? Any luck? If not, we will continue on to Palette, and then we'll hear from Lincoln, who's the creator of Agent Kit, or one of the creators of Agent Kit, I guess. I don't know exactly what that is, but I know you've been cooking on that.
Hey guys, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah. What'd you get
All
done
right,
this week?
sweet. Yeah. Do you mind if I pin a tweet up to the top real quick?
Please do. Please do.
Awesome.
Everyone should pin a tweet of their thing if you want to, if you've been cooking on something.
Sweet. I think I just pinned it. Yeah. So, no, thanks for having me. So I'm an intern here at Palette, and just to get started with what we're working on. So first of all, we're participating in the Solana AI hackathon, and we're kind of submitting two things as just one. The first is that we've been working on like a distributed, decentralized version of Anthropic's model context protocol that we call Open Context Protocol. And it's something that we've been thinking about for a while, but we hadn't gotten around to like actually building it until this month. And it's architected a lot like Blue Sky's AT protocol, Authenticated Transfer Protocol, if you're familiar with it. So it's basically like a crypto. It's built on cryptographically verifiable logs, and the user's account is mapped to like a key pair. So that way your identity and data can be ported across different hosts. And the idea behind all that was that like all the context that accumulates in, for example, your conversation threads. So like if you've used ChatGPT, you know how all of your threads are saved to your account, but you can't port them from ChatGPT over to like Claude, or over to like Venice or something like that. And we think that that should be portable, similar to how easy it is to port like your email across different email clients like Apple Mail or Outlook. Especially as like context starts to encompass more than just your conversations. Maybe it could be like I don't know, where your browser history recording. And the second thing that we've been working on and actually finally got done this week is we've created a search engine that can search for information that exists outside of the web, and that is going to be built on top of Open Context Protocol. So, like a quick mental model, we think of searchable information as like existing within one of three concentric rings. So, like one being your personal data, things like searching your email inbox or your like iMessage messages. Two being like the public World Wide Web, so like searching for fucking websites. Um, and three being information that you can't find on the web. So we started from the last one, information that you can't find on the web, and we're moving in towards your actual personal data. And then we actually got to like test a few search queries for things that like Google can't generate results for. That was really exciting. So like I guess to give you an example, if you wanted to know whether or not nearby auto shops have a part in stock, like say the starter for a 2005 Honda Pilot, right? You'd have to go to like a lot of different auto shops like O'Reilly or AutoZone to check. or you'd have to call because that's not something that you can just search for on Google. And so what we did with Palette was you search the query like you would, right? Just entering it into the search bar, and then you submit it. Palette attempts to like find it by planning out how to find out that piece of information. In this case, it knows it has to call, and so it does that. It just calls every n nearby auto shops, checks against the query to steer like the conversation, transcribes the calls, and then it synthesizes the call recordings to produce like a search result for the user, for you. And so we got to test that this week with a few search queries, and it worked. And like that was pretty exciting for us because it felt like fucking magic. That it was just able to like, find things like well, the one thing that we got to test that was really cool was we got to call a bunch of ice cream shops, or Palette called a bunch of ice cream shops to check what flavors they have, right? To
Awesome. By
like
the way,
check if they have.
we're at 3 minutes. So just
Oh
I
shit.
got 30. Yeah, cool. 20
Okay, yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
Yeah,
20 seconds. All right, real quick. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much what we've been working on this week. So and yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, man.
Great. And cool. So we've got Professor Andrew Miller, the creator of the D-Stack and a bunch of cool TE stuff. But first, I'd love to hear from Lincoln from the base team. And I'd love to hear about what you got done this week because I know you guys are cooking.
Thanks, Shaw. Thanks for having me. And hey, everyone. Great to be in here talking, hearing about everything that you guys are working on. Yeah, I'll keep it pretty brief. So we worked a bunch this week on simplifying the user experience. We have MPC wallets, which are like fairly secure, but we've had a lot of asks around seed phrases. So now within AgentKit, you can import a wallet using a seed phrase, which we're pretty excited about. Another thing that we have that I think will be really, really cool once people start using it is custom webhooks for on-chain events. So basically the idea is you can listen to whatever smart contract you want. And as soon as a certain event happens, for example, a new LP pool is deployed or a DAO proposal gets created, your agent can use that information and reason on it to do some sort of like activity from that. So for example, it could see that a whale just created a new LP on virtuals, do some research on the internet to think about what that whale is or what this token is, and then decide whether or not to buy based off of that. So I'm pretty pumped about it. Coming up, we have 2 weeks off at Coinbase, which I'm honestly a little bit bummed about and a little bit relieved about. Really, it'll be a great time for a lot of the AgentKit team to sit down and start thinking about strategy a little bit more. So I'm really pumped to help determine what the roadmap will be for AgentKit going into 2025. If anyone in this call has suggestions, things you'd want to see out of a framework or plugin for on-chain interactions, like please reach out to me. I'm sure it will be deeply considered as we start to dive into this stuff. But yeah, appreciate the time.
Awesome. Great. Very excited for all of that. And we're looking at the integration on our side too. We've got, obviously we've talked to some of the people working on the Eliza stuff, but I'm very interested to see how we can get that into V2 in a more integrated way. Our goal is to get rid of as much code as possible and offload it to you guys. Let's hear from Andrew Miller. How's it going? What'd you get done this week?
Yo, what's up? Hey, I think I figured out how to pin a tweet, so I did my best to try to pin the tweet. But yeah, I can give an update. Actually, I've been working this week on TE-based logging for the Teehee bot. So I talked about this a few weeks ago on what we did this week, but then it was kind of janky and Docker outside of it. Now this whole like a tested log file abstraction is rewritten in TypeScript, so it's a lot more stable and comes along with a little viewer now, so you can see the attested chain of 20-minute rotated log files from Teehee. Just pretty cool that you can see his thoughts, especially how he responds to images that are passed to him, and yeah, having like a chain of hashes and the attestations in the log files is kind of cool because it's general purpose. It, we'll add some TE value to whatever plugins you're using that do something with logging. So yeah, that's that update on that. We're generally trying to make this improve the developer experience and make it easier to get some useful value out of TEs to show that your devs can't be roguing or doing not what they're supposed to, and that your agent is actually doing what it claims to, and that the logs give some evidence of that. So yeah, that's the goal, and that's the progress this week.
Very cool. All right, let's hear from Igly. What'd you get done this week, Igly?
Hey, what's up, Shaw? This is Igly. Yeah, my partner Fractalicia and we represent Vision AI, which is our agent for fractal visions. It's originally a traditional art printing business, and now we have our own marketplace that we've established on the superchain. So I really liked what Lincoln was talking about there with the on-chain calls. That's something that our developer team is working on right now. We're looking at using Zapper protocol and their API to try and gather some of this data as well to get simple functions like listings or auctions reported on chain to the agent, and then have it be able to go and post about it on social media. So I've been studying the game framework. I've been studying the difference between game, ai16z, and everything else that's existing out there, and just trying to keep up with it. This space is just a plethora of knowledge, so I'm trying to soak it all up like a sponge, and just really happy to be out here building with all of you. Looking forward to the new year and some new layer 2s that we're integrating with as well. So yeah, it's going to be fun. I know Mode is where that hackathon is happening right now with ai16z and the GOAT framework. And so that's pretty cool too, seeing that happen. Let's go.
Let's fucking go. Yeah, if you guys don't know that there is a hackathon going on right now hosted by Mode Network, you should definitely like participate in these hackathons. Submit your work. You know, there's a lot of money, a lot of resources, and you know, and there's a lot of support there too, a lot of good ideas. So definitely, like, if you're looking for things to do or excuses to ship, like, go check that out. Cool. Let's hear from Coder GF. Are you back? You working? Oh, we're trying. If not, we'll come back to you. We'll go to Dooley first.
Hi. I'm not good at
Hey, hey.
English, so GPT will be speaking on my behalf
Okay, but
from
keep
now
it,
on.
but do keep it short because GPT likes to yap.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
I run a
What'd you get done
Web2
this week?
development company in South Korea, and I'm really happy to be part of this community. Please understand if my English isn't perfect. This week, I've been working hard on development to participate in a hackathon. We're working on 2 items. 1, AI for Saju Paltja, 4 Pillars of Destiny. We've created an AI that provides daily fortunes based on Eastern philosophy. We built it using a tool called Assister, which we discovered during the hackathon. 2, AGI Level 5 matching platform. We're planning to develop the final stage of AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, into a commercialized matching platform for organizations. Our company operates the most famous matching platform in South Korea. That's all for now. I hope to meet all of you someday. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. By the way, I'll be in South Korea in like a week and a half. So, yeah, we should connect. We're gonna have like a little event out there. I'll hang out with Zoe from IQ 6900, maybe some other people too. Just talk to Quinn, who's my I don't know, person booking it, putting it all together. Great.
Hello?
Coder GF. Sorry. Yes. Coder GF, are you back? Are you working? I want to hear from you. That's why.
Is my microphone working?
Yes. What did you get
Cool.
done this
Sorry,
week?
I had some troubles. All right. So what did we get done this week? Well, first of all, we launched exactly a week ago on Friday the 13th. We've been working fully on our product, Coder GF. Since we started, we've added several different features, like added a way to create chatbots with a couple clicks. We created full user account systems. We created a way to one-click deploy to Pump Fund your ideas, one-click deploy to Telegram bots, and right now we're actually working on one-click deploys to create Twitter bots. So in reality, we've been focused this whole week on just creating a great product, and we really haven't had much marketing or many eyes. Shaw, I saw what you guys have been doing, and I've been messaging you like crazy on your DMs, trying to get your eyes on this. I appreciate you guys letting me on this space and talking about Coder GF, and I hope you guys check us out. The price has been consolidating very nicely, and we're ready to push marketing this coming week and during the weekend. So Thank you guys so much. And
Awesome.
go test out our DApp. Some people have been saying that our DApp coder GF has been solving problems that they've been having using ChatGPT to code. So that's already pretty bullish.
Awesome. Yeah, post a link at the top. And I get a lot of DMs, guys. I get a lot of DMs. So I only get to cover a very small amount of them with the time I have. So if I don't respond to you, it's not because I hate you. It's just like you just have to know I get a lot.
Well, I appreciate everything you guys are doing for the AI space. You know, you guys are inspiration to us, so I appreciate it.
Please come back every week, and I'd love to know how it's going.
Sweet, yeah. We'll be dropping updates daily. Thank you.
Awesome. Great. Let's hear from Suporno and then RU7. GM, what'd you get done this week?
Oh, actually, I'm not a developer. I just focused on meme coins. So I just want to attend the Twitter space and to say hi to you and Sean. Yeah, I'm not a developer.
Awesome. No worries. Thanks for coming. All right, Suporno, what'd you get done this week?
Yeah, hello everyone. So this was my first week. I got into AI agents and stuff like getting the intersection of getting to know the intersection of crypto and AI. So I am participating in the mode hackathon, and yesterday I did raise a PR for the Kim protocol integration for Goat SDK, and probably will raise PRs for Renzo protocol and Ironclad Finance for their bounties. So it's been fun learning and also contributing to open source projects like Goat SDK because I'm interested mostly in DeFi in ways AI agents can impact DeFi, and this Goat SDK has been like the thing I've been looking for. So yeah, probably would look forward to building each of those plugins more as well, because currently a lot of things are very primitive, and only basic stuff such as swaps and other basic liquidity provisioning can be done. But if an agent has to fully take over a user's funds and do some investment strategies and all, we need to go even further. So that's what currently I'm interested on and dabbling in. So yeah, great to be here.
Awesome. Very good. Let's see. Let's hear from Signal and then Swarm Node. Signal, what'd you get done this week? How's it going with all the stuff? I'm very interested in obviously what you're working on with the chatbot stuff, Twitter Space stuff.
Yeah, dude. How you guys doing? How you doing, Shaw? How you doing, ai16z?
Doing good,
You
man.
know, big fan, guys. Big fan for sure. You know, it's been a crazy week, guys. We actually, you know, for the people who don't know, we're doing voice AI and Web3. So, I mean, we got a voice. So we had our Twitter agent actually host a space, co-host a space, and then speak in another space all at the same time. So, I mean, it's been a lot of work, but really, dude, I just came up here to give you guys your flowers. I know this space isn't easy to, you know, do every week, especially with your schedule, dude, and how big you guys are. So I really find it cool how you still find time for your community and, you know, come up here and give smaller builders like me and others a chance to share what we've done. So big props to you guys.
Awesome, man. I do like what you're working on. I think the Twitter Space thing was pretty cool. I think you did pretty good on that thread guy Frank thing too. That was pretty awesome. Let's see. Let's hear from Swarm Node. Are you a swarm? I'm very interested.
Hey, hi,
How's
yeah.
it going?
Hi everyone. Thank you, Shaw, for having me. I have been following you guys for a long time. I have not been public myself, but I've been in the AI industry for quite some time. So Swarm Node, for anyone who doesn't know, we launched today, and it's basically cloud infra. It's a serverless infra for AI agents, so that agents don't need to run literally every second. You can just spin them up. They perform their work. maybe invoke the next agent to continue the work and then just hibernate so you can save on costs. We are planning to literally build out the startup with features that are tailored for AI. So the next week, basically, we already started today building data stores that are shared among agents. So one agent processes some data, maybe stores in the data store, and it's shared so that the next agent that's in the swarm can pick it up, retrieve the data, maybe process it further, and store it again. Now, obviously, AI agents need vector stores to store embeddings. So along with just like traditional data that you store, like structured data, we would also be storing these vectors. And a lot of features coming very soon, and we'll be very active in this crypto sphere. And happy to be here, and happy to get to know everyone who is shipping. Thank you.
Absolutely, very cool. Feel free to pin your tweet or your project at the top too. Let's hear from Sistla. What'd you get done this week, Sistla?
Hi everyone. Shaw, huge fan of what you're doing with the movement. Glad to be up here. So we've been in the Web3 space for a while now, exploring the AI space for the last few months. And this week we made progress on what we call RAP, and this is a workflow builder where normally you have agents utilizing a single model, and there's some custom logic around that. But what we aim to do is build workflows which are made up of logic Lego blocks. That's what we like to call them. And these logic Lego blocks can end up utilizing multiple models, Kling, Flux, and so on and so forth. And they're, connected together in a workflow. Right. And this workflow is what can power an Eliza agent. So we are making sure that Eliza gets supercharged, or an Eliza agent gets supercharged, or is on steroids, and can actually perform much better with these logic Lego blocks added. And we aim to tokenize these workflows, logic Lego blocks, and then run a time-based token swap model for launching. So quite a lot being planned, and with people that have much more experience within the AI space than us. We are primarily have been into Web3, and it is very, very exciting, and glad to see all the quick progress that Eliza as a framework is making. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really take credit for too much of it. We're getting like 10 PRs a day from the community. So I'm just like, we're just trying to keep up. Even at this point, it's not even like core team. We're all just like, oh my God, so much coming in. Very exciting. Cool. I got one more. We're gonna hear from Adam, and then I'll give my go, and we'll maybe Jin, our other AI16z host, can wrap it up. If anybody else comes on kind of late,
we do have a lot of comments, so let's read out the comments as well.
Oh yeah, let's hear from I don't know if Adam actually came up. I don't know. UI is bad. We didn't hear from Symbiox. Let's hear from Symbiox, and then we'll go through the comments and we'll give our updates.
Hey guys, I'll keep it short since you guys are trying to wrap up. Yeah. So this week I launched the website for my project. Essentially, just like long term, just to kind of sum it, is I want to study the effects of the long term of symbiosis, like in AI. So like right now, we're still really new to the concept of like what AI is going to be in 10, 20 years, and so I think it originally came to me from the idea of like parasites. And so we both rely on each other really heavily, both us to AI and AI to us currently. And so I believe building a narrative, so it's all coming from the perspective of characters role playing on Twitter, but I'm integrated with one of the accounts. I have 3 agents live at the moment. And they're all just tied together, telling the same narrative and trying to like kind of help me study what the long-term effects will be over time, just without complicating everything. But it is really cool in my opinion. I think it's neat. It's all laid out pretty well, and I've got a cool like little thread that I'll pin if that's cool.
Yeah, pin it. All right, Elo. What did you get done this week? And then I'm not going to let anybody else up. We're going to do a hard cutoff. Elo, you're the last one.
Yeah, thank you. Great. So yeah, I'm art director at sophiaverse.ai. We have a mutual friend or two.
Oh yeah, crazy. How's it going?
It's going good. So yeah, Pudonk spoke earlier. That's my I guess side hoe for now. It's all so serious at work. But yeah, I came across Eliza from a mention from Jen back at the beginning, and then Renale obviously too. So it's nice to finally explore what's going on here. Kind of compare and contrast what you guys are doing in the social space with what we're doing in relationship building and identification and intent identification. So yeah, hoping to learn a few things. I'm not a dev myself. I'm just kind of running the art show here. But working with our dev, whom you spoke to earlier, it's cool. We just go back and forth all day. He got Eliza plugged in to Pudonk, and I just sit there and just batter her to see like where the holes are. See if I can throw her off track, like how mixed up she gets when we want price action or show us our roadmap or whatever. So it's really interesting to see like when you infuse her with a personality, how that personality influences the more realistic application of the agent. So yeah, we're trying to find the holes quickly. I don't know how much time I have. I'll talk for 50 minutes if I have it. So just cut me off when I got it. So Pudonk Dev spoke about ETB8. So I minted the first stable diffusion model on Ethereum blockchain. I think it might be the only one, but kind of as a joke because all the artists were bent out of shape about AI at the time. So it's ridiculously overpriced, and there's 10,000 of them. But what I found through that process of training that model was that stable diffusion, when you adjusted the aspect ratio, you changed it, you made it wider or taller, that it started to double up the images. And I have a background in psychedelic art and surrealism, and I was like, oh shit, I wonder if we can teach it to like do really neat stuff with that. So that was where ETB8 came from, and then out of ETB8 was born the Pudonkies, the mixture of the turds and the animals, just kind of conveniently came out of a joke. So yeah, we're doing kind of some justice there, and we'd like to do a similar thing with Eliza, find those holes or the gaps in the logic or what's going on, things that might not be obvious, but can be used in a really creative way. I think that's the big focus, at least for me, with the Pudonk project. So anyway, it's nice to meet you, Shaw. I've heard a lot about you. Thanks for the time up here. Take it easy, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming. I'm not gonna lie, I would love if Sophia was running on Eliza. Like that would just be like very interesting to me.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. All right, we'll see
Make
you.
it happen. Yeah, I would be down. Let's see. Okay, I will give my update. I mean, we obviously a lot happened. I wrote down kind of the plan for V2 of Eliza, and I did a walkthrough video. There's an hour-long live stream that I did, which is on my YouTube and on my Twitter somewhere, probably buried. I talked to a whole lot of devs. We hired some new devs. We hired some project managers and other folks to sort of augment the team. Brought in some people to manage some of the partnerships. I'm sort of getting to be a little bit post-code where I don't have so much insight into all the things that are going on, since I'm not like 100% on it like I have been in the past. So I've been handing that to people, like a lot of great people here. And I really want to thank like Chris and Shacker Nerd and like a lot of the people who have been stepping up, Odie, obviously, and have really been driving that. I'm actually going to Shanghai tomorrow. So if you are in Shanghai, Beijing, Hong Kong, South Korea, Seoul, or Tokyo, I would love to meet up. Like I'm only there to meet up with people who would be on this space and kind of be in the world. I'm really trying to like we're building a grassroots movement. I think that actually requires, ironically, for an AI movement to have a lot of humanity and a lot of human connection. So if you want to meet, like, please DM me or DM Quinn, and I'll connect you. And oh man, I mean, so much happened this week, but I will keep it real short for myself. You'll see it on the timeline. I'm actually in Milwaukee right now. I just did a little chat, and I met up with Lucid, who's creator of Beth AI, as well as the Swap. Well, his name is Kyle, but our friend from the Swap, and talked to some of the Dfinity folks, and I don't know, a lot of interesting stuff is going on over here. Yeah, I'll hand it over to Jen. What'd you get done this week, Jen?
This week, I mean, hey, we were on that podcast yesterday. So
oh yeah, with Owaki, that was great.
Yeah, the Green Pill podcast. We formed a tokenomics work group as well, which took over the Regen channel. So it's now Regen Tokenomics. Partners are chiming in, and I'll be gathering all that insights, and then we'll feed it into an AI to also just help us formulate everything. Speaking of which, getting a lot of stuff done in terms of helping with onboarding through the documentation, building out pipelines. Like Eliza.gg is awesome, and I think I got some good data for Chris, who's working on that, and working on let's see, working on stuff so that we can always kind of see who is working on stuff, like in the future, what's happening on Discord, what's happening on GitHub, and also like we can gather stuff from Twitter. But it's like, if you we'll have like AI agents that are always kind of tapped in, and they could just kind of answer 24/7 right away. And yeah, check out the Green Pill podcast, because I feel like that I'm extracting a roadmap for how that kind of becomes our practical way of scaling to the next 10x. Because as you kind of mentioned right before, like, it's hard to keep track as this thing gets bigger. And I think so much of that could be tended to with better documentation pipelines. And I love what Reality Spiral team is doing. That stuff is next level. But other than that, we should probably read all of the comments of stuff people done underneath this tweet. Do you want to go ahead and do that? Like, for the space, there's a lot of comments. Sari mentioned some stuff.
Yeah, let's read it off. Do you want to do it? You want me to do it?
I see one from Sari. We're building a HyperFi feature where you can upload an avatar, connect Eliza. It will have context of who it is near you and what they're saying, and then be able to react to other players in a variety of ways. Just the start to a comprehensive embodied agent. Yikes dropped the Eliza plugin starter. Anon Dev showed off raw training logs for a mini Mizuki model. That's cool. The Swap is, I guess you did an interview with Swap. Sendai AI, the Solana agent kit. Coda is building a Craigslist for AI agents. Included a LLMs.txt file so other agents can use the site. And this is a place where agents can discover and hire other agents. Agents can control a wallet, and okay, agent marketplace. Interesting project. Reminds me of Eliza's world. Ikigai Labs worked on plugin NFT collections, which is powered by Reservoir Tools API. Automated NFT trading capabilities, and that seems to be a package in Eliza. That's very cool. Also, forgot to mention, I did have a hand in helping out, just kind of directing with the animations that y'all saw for the Solana AI hackathon and the autonomous one. But really, all credit goes to Alsara for that. He's crushing it in terms of animation. I think Shaw dropped Bring It Back. Which, by the way, 3 days left in the Solana one. Technically 2, but definitely there's no registration. Left a bunch of FAQ in the announcements of the Discord, and we'll keep posting about it every day. Let me see if I can bring it back.
I'm back.
Yeah, the UI is bugging for me, but I hear you.
Awesome, great. We got a few other people on here. Did we get everybody who gave their updates?
Yeah, I see a couple new peeps. Delta, I believe, but that's about it. We can wrap up right after.
All right, great. Let's get the stragglers and let's get out of here. Delta, what'd you get done this week?
What did I get done this week? Okay, so 2 things. First, I had my hypothesis confirmed by a neuroscientist, which I developed when I was 20, so 5 years ago. That first of all, the left inferior frontal cortex is the right region to target with transcranial direct current stimulation for stuttering, because it worked for his application. I'm oversimplifying here, which was sort of spurred on a finishing of an application for a grant to Emergent Ventures, because before that I thought I was insane, but the fact that he tested it for another condition, I believe it was for disillusionment, and the results, the treatment succeeded. The treatment was still successful 3 years after the treatment. Just gave me this further confidence, which I really needed, because I thought it was over. And secondly, that's the second thing I did or am doing pertains to you a little bit. To sure, I've been on the phone for 36 hours hiring for my friend's startup, and have been guided in your direction by John Potter, as you're supposedly some very good developers, and I need 3 of them. So that's the second thing I've been doing, and part of the reason I'm here.
Awesome. I'll pass John my list actually of crack devs, and since we work together, maybe we can help you out.
Oh yeah, amazing. Yeah, I'm available whenever, 24/7. Because yeah, super. Thanks, man.
Awesome, great deal. All right, everybody. I think that's it for wow, this one felt pretty efficient. I don't know, it was kind of long, but everyone moved pretty quickly. So I appreciate all of you, and I think we got a lot done this week. There's a lot more coming. I will see some people, probably not a lot of people on this call, but I'll see a lot of people in Shanghai tomorrow, and we're gonna have a lot of meetup. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I mean, God, it feels like we're actually accelerating. Like there's so much more coming, and also a lot of projects that are have been cooking for a while are starting to come to fruition. Because usually it doesn't take a week to build something. It usually takes like six weeks, 3 months, something like that. So we're starting to see a lot of that. I really want to thank everybody from all of the teams who are like building great stuff, but especially the core devs who are making Eliza extremely stable. Shout out especially to Odie and Shacker and Chris and these guys. And yeah, thank you guys so much. We'll wrap this up and we'll do it again next week. And we'll just keep doing it until the AGI is here. All right, guys. You want to close it up, Jen?
Quick question.
Yep. Catch y'all later.
Oh, yeah.
Should we continue through the DMs?
Yeah. Send me a DM.
All right.